Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be discussing how to set a decent, acceptable price for your horse if you want to rent it out under the paid renting program of the marketplace. So if you're a owner of a horse, or if you plan to rent your horse via the paid rental, I encourage you to have a look and check this video. And at the same time, even if you don't own a horse yet, and you might be in the future owning a horse and might be in a position to rent a horse, I guess this video is also for you. But of course, this involves again money. So I always need to make a quick disclaimer that this is not a financial advice. Always do your own research, and whatever you hear me saying are all about purely coming from my own opinion. So I hope it will only serve as a guide. So as you know, in setting the price of the horse when you rent it out, there's a lot of variables that you need to consider. So, and also you may ask, who are those investors or owners who would want to rent their horse instead of going under scholarship? Usually those inventors just want a fixed guaranteed profit for a day or whatever the length of time that you will set to rent your horse. Second is those investors or owners of horse doesn't have time to raise it themselves, so they prefer to just rent it out. Third, obviously when we race, it's an RNG environment, so we don't really know if we put scholarship if they can really win a lot or not much or just right. So if you're someone who is happy with a fixed profit with a set day, then obviously renting it out under the paid category is the way to go. So I'll be discussing a few variables you need to consider before you set the renting price. So first and foremost, the most important factor that you need to consider is the price tokens. I'm referring to the PGX and the VIS. As we know, PGX is the token that you need if you want to rent a horse, while the VIS or the Vigorous token are the tokens that the renter will get whenever he wins the race. So what's the importance of this value? Because obviously we don't want to overprice and set a big amount of PGX to rent and only earn a bit of a VIS, right? And conversely, on the other hand, obviously we don't want to rent it out if we know that the value of the VIS that the renter will get is very high, like the past few weeks, right? So as you can see, it's very parallel with the price of the Pegaxy and the Vigorous token. Another variable that you need to consider is the actual marketplace or the renting portion of the marketplace. So later I will show you the actual one. So these are just samples that I just took just a few minutes ago. So as you can see here, you can see an indication of how much, if say I have this energy, I have this kind of horse, what do the others use as their price. So it would be easier for you to decide once you see how the others are pricing their horse, right? You can just either make it close to them, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. So again, I will do a live comparison later after this small presentation. The other variable that you need to consider is the win rate of your horse. Majority of the renters now look at the win rate of the horse because obviously it will dictate or somehow give them an indication or benchmark on how much a horse can win in, say, a 1-day period. All right, so obviously the bigger the win rate, the more price tag that you can put, and obviously the lower, well, you could adjust also the price to go a bit lower. Variable number 4 is the energy left with the horse. So how much race? We know that one race needs one energy, and obviously in one day you can only have 24 energy, because it resets one energy per hour. So obviously the more energy that you have when you put your horse on the market, the more PGX that you can put in your rental price tag. And obviously the lesser also you need to reduce your price. So because obviously the renters always check how much energy left, because that will also dictate their decision if they want to rent your horse. Another variable that you need to consider is how much profit will you be happy to accept. Say you post your horse in like one day, minimum is one day, then obviously you know how to calculate. Say you post your horse as 50 PGX. Based on that amount that we just said, you just multiply that. If you want to convert to USDT, say 50 PGX, you set it 50 PGX. Current price is based on coin market cap, say 0.51 the PGX at the moment. So are you happy with the 25.5 USDT for one day? Then if you're happy, then so be it. If not, then maybe you can make it higher, make it 60. So just do the math, guys. It's very easy. You just multiply the amount of the PGX by the current market price value of PGX, then that's the USDT version of your profit. So this will be dependent on you. How much do you want per day, or if you've set your horse per week or 3 days, you can do the math. And the sixth variable that you may want to consider is how long are you willing to wait before your horse will be rented out? Because obviously if you set it maybe too high, it may take a while, because obviously renters want value for the money, value for their PGX token that they use to rent your horse. So this is a balance of how long you want to wait, because obviously the horse resets maximum of 24 energy per day. So would you want to wait further, or you just rate it yourself? So obviously time here is an element, so you might be wasting some time, because you cannot race the horse while it's on the marketplace. You need to take it back, pay some gas fee, and then you race if you want to use it, and then when you list again, you need to pay a gas fee as well. Although in due fairness, the gas fees are not much, so you can play around, but obviously do you have time to do those changes, like take it back, take the horse back, and then put it back to the marketplace? And sometimes the network is congested, so there might be hassle in there. So it's up to you, how much are you willing to wait? As for me, because I want to use my new horse for the scholars, for our 2-day Pegaxy rental, then I can't really afford to wait that long before someone rents my horse. I only have like 2 days before the promotion will start. So what I'll do, guys, before I go to the marketplace and see, because I just bought a horse as well, and I already raced it. And if you hadn't seen my previous video, I also discussed about the very crucial first races of your virgin Pega, because that will dictate your win rate of the horse. So if you haven't seen that video, please scroll to my YouTube channel. That's just the video before this, and I just showed you how I lose or how I win and set my horse win rate. Okay, so conclusion, at the end of the day, again, it's all up to you. What profit are you willing to accept, because that will dictate how much your horse will be. And again, time is an element, so if you're not in a hurry, then you can make it a bit higher, and hopefully in the next few hours or days someone will get it. But again, someone like me who has a deadline of 2 days, I can only rent my horse for 2 days, because it will be used on the scholarship promotion in my YouTube channels for my for aspiring renters or scholars. So I will only rent my horse for 2 days. So that's why after this, I will show you. We will go to the marketplace because for me, it's easier for me to decide once I see the actual marketplace. It's easier for me because I will just compare like the energy of this horse. Do I have higher? So if I have higher, I can do more than him. So something like that. So this is the stats of the horse that I'll be renting out. At the moment, I have 20 energy. So I'm pretty sure that will be a big say. I have an advantage over the others because most of them, if you will see later, they only have 1.5 energy. So, but the problem here is my win rate is just 23.53. So it's not as high if I maybe compare with the others, but I think that's an average win rate of the horse at the moment. So I think I should be fine. And finally, guys, if you find something meaningful or something helpful with any that I've spoken today, please don't forget to click the subscribe button if you're new to our channel. For all those who are aspiring scholars, we do this daily Pegaxy rental promotion where you can race our horse for 2 days. And yes, I hope you learned something. Now we will go to the actual marketplace. So I can show you how I price that horse. Okay. So under the renting tab, you click the pay rent fee. Usually I don't sort it first. I don't sort it. Usually I sort by newest first, because all I know is since I've been renting horse as well myself for a few times before I bought my own horse. So I have my own criteria in selecting a horse. And actually, I've also made a video of that. So if you're on the other side of the equation, which is a renter, then please try to check my previous video as well on like how to select a good horse to rent. Okay. So number one, I usually check is the energy. And before I go to that part, I said I sort by newest first because usually the good ones were rented out quickly. So I don't need to sort from lowest to highest. I usually sort by newest. So my benchmark will be the newest horses on the market. Second is the second main reason is usually these are the new horses that is listed. So it means if I list my horse, I will be on this page as well, on page 1. So if I want to compete with the others, I need to be on this landing page, on this very first page. So usually I use this newest first. Okay. And then I check the energy. Let's say this one, 25, and he rented it for 2 days. So it's like 75 each per day, but he got more energy, extra energy. So I think I cannot make it 150, obviously. This one, 34, too cheap, but only 1 energy. So I can't be that low. So now I will start to look around those 20 energy. I will compare it first with horses with around 20 energy. So I'll find for them. Even 18, 19 will do. See, someone rented 14 over 25 and I'm 20, right? So it means I can go close to 75. Now, if I find something comparable, I will check the stats of the horse. It's 24, so it's a bit higher than me. So you see what I'm saying? I have more energy, but my win rate is lesser. So we could be neck to neck with this price, 75. So now the next thing I will check is how much is 75 PGX in USDT. I need to convert all the time because I want to know in dollars, because USDT is pegged to $1. So let's check and go back to the coin market cap again, just to check. Currently, the live price of PGX is 0.5147. Let's just say 0.51. So I will multiply 0.51 times 75. So in one day, I will earn 38.25 USDT. For me, not bad. Yeah, not bad. 38, that's fine. That's fine. Doing nothing, that's fine. So at the moment, I'm now happy with 75s because I think I can compete with this. But you know what? As a try, I might start with 80. 80, right? Because I have more energy than this. So even if he has a more win rate, with that extra 6 energy, who knows? I could win. If I only win 1 or 2 with that extra energy, I will beat this 24% win rate, right? So what I'll do now is I will sort the price by low to high, and I will check the $80 horse if my horse is comparable. So I'll scroll to the 80. Oh man, I think another thing now that you see, I've already scrolled to the 12th page and there's still a lot of horse cheaper than me. So what does it mean? Like this one, there's like 25 energy at 65. I don't think I can compete with this. Even though the how they call it, even though the win rate is lower, if I'm the renter, I might still go with this because I have a bit more. Although not much, but maybe like this 65 dollars, they might go for this rather than my horse, which has a bit higher rate, but you know, a bit less energy. So I think looking at this page, I'm competing with 65. I don't think they will scroll further to the $80 mark. So now again, I need to calculate 65. 65. How much is that? So 33.15 USDT. Now, you may think, how if I'll just raise myself, how many Vs can I get? So as you know, this is the guaranteed profit. If you raise yourself, you may get, I don't know, 250 or 300 VIS. So you convert that to USDT so that you can compare apple to apple. So let's say I'm lucky, I'll get 300 Vs, right? So I'll calculate 300 times 0.093, 0.09317. So I'll only get 27.95. And that's assuming I only get 300. Obviously, again, no one knows because it's an RNG game. It could be lower or higher. So you see what I'm saying? Do you want a guaranteed, or you may just gamble and try to raise it yourself, or rent it out with a scholar at say 10%? So 10% of that rate is lower, obviously. That's why a lot of people are just wanting a fixed rate, even though they don't really know if the horse will perform better in the race. So again, these are the decisions that you need to consider. These are the decisions you need to consider. And maybe for me, I'll just try one day because who knows? Hopefully, the VIS and PGX will rise tomorrow because, as we know, Corey Wilton will speak tonight at Twitch. In a few, actually, it's almost less than an hour as after I release this video. So I'm hoping those new announcements will help boost again the confidence of investors and try to buy again the VIS and PGX. So I'll just post it one day and see how the price goes. Obviously, if the VIS price increase tomorrow and the PGX, it's a different pricing for horse. So I guess let's check one over the 65, the win rate. See, they're a bit lower. They're a bit lower. So if I put my horse at 65, I may have a chance to compete because obviously I have a higher win rate than these horses at 65. And also the only problem, if you put a bit higher than 65, most of them will not be scrolling to the right. Keep scrolling until they see your horse. So possibly I will post my horse at 65. Although at the moment, since I'm not doing anything, I might just raise it myself. Possibly tomorrow I'll check first how the pricing goes. So possibly I'll post it tomorrow for 1 day and check first how the price will move recently. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for your time, and I hope you got something from this. Let's go and race until next time.